Hi, this is John Alexander.
And I'm Naima Latif. Meet people like you who are making a positive difference in the world.
Big difference.
Watch us every day on The Media Connection at www.youtube.com/The Media Connection TV.
YouTube it. We'll see you soon.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Naima Latif, and you are watching the Media Connection TV on Air Daily News. And here we are at the Chicago Auto Show. This is Media Day, and members of the media have come here to give audiences a glimpse of what they may have in store for the next 10 days of showings. This show is at the McCormick Place, 2301 South King Drive in Chicago. And once again, we see the latest in new cars. This is always an opportunity for new car buyers to see some of the latest developments. And it's also an opportunity for people who are considering shopping for that special gift for someone. Also, because there are so many people that are using their automobiles as a business, whether they're an Uber or a Lyft driver, they want something that is reliable, dependable, and has the latest gadgets, the technology that can allow them to ride people comfortably. So we're going to join a few presentations today, give you a chance to look at some of the cars being offered today, and to consider that perhaps it's time for you to get a new car. So we want you, if you are in and around the Chicagoland area, to come on down to the McCormick Place at 2301 South King Drive. It's open to the public starting this Saturday, February 10th, continuing until February 19th. And you too can take a look at what's being offered in terms of new automobiles. The 2024 models have a lot to offer, and this year there is a consideration of how much social media is influencing our culture, how important it is to stay connected on the internet in your car, how important it is to be able to communicate as you drive safely, and how important it is to be able to keep up with where you're going, the latest GPS systems. These are considerations based on the cultural developments that make so much more activities necessary while you're in your car. So we're going to give you a chance to listen to one of the presentations and to perhaps hear some of the questions as our members of the media are giving themselves a chance to hear firsthand what these car manufacturers have to offer. Are you considering a new car? Are you using your car? We'll be here for the next few minutes, giving you a chance to listen in on Media Day and perhaps you can come on down to the McCormick Place at 2301 South King Drive and find your new car.
Okay. So yeah, my name's Caitlin. I work for Caterpillar, heavy equipment manufacturer. I manage the social media pillar for our marketing center of excellence within construction industries. So that's the specific industry that I handle marketing with. It's great to be here to talk about influencer marketing at Caterpillar, as well as the role that creators play within the construction industry. So hopefully everyone here has heard of Caterpillar or seen our equipment out and about. We've been around for nearly 100 years now, and we're so old. I was joking with Sam from Buick earlier. We're so old. We didn't need to use that 1930s AI filter, and we've got the real here to prove it. Just a little fun. So yeah, we from way back, the steam tractors back in the 1890s that were designed to help farmers work for longer than their horses could out in the field, all the way to the construction equipment that you see today, out building roads, bridges, and other structures that are supporting communities worldwide. Our commitment to our customers hasn't changed in that we are really looking to develop products, services, and technology that really help transform the way that they do work. Today, Caterpillar is the world's leading manufacturer of construction and mining equipment, off-highway diesel and natural gas engines, industrial gas turbines, and diesel electric locomotives. And we help our customers build a better world, and we are very proud that within the marketing group, at least, we're very proud that our marketing strategies and our influencer programs are important components to help deliver on this commitment. So yeah, some of you might be wondering, why would Caterpillar need to work with influencers? What's that industry look like? So as Leah mentioned, and as you may have gathered, we're primarily a B2B. We're primarily in the B2B space. Primary audience is in that space. The majority of the influencers that we work with within the construction industry segment are customers first and creators second. And what that means is that our customers are on social media to promote their businesses and what their businesses do for the communities and for their clients. They are also recruiting operators and tradespeople through their accounts for employment. And they're not primarily making money off of their content creation, right? So they're customers first and creators second. For this reason, we call our influencers cat creators. And I know it was mentioned earlier that our specific influencers don't like to be publicly called influencers because, again, they are construction workers. It kind of feels strange to them, right? So again, why do we work in the influencer space? We've identified within the construction industries these four main ways that influencer marketing contributes to overall marketing goals at Caterpillar, and as well as the business bottom line. So the first one that you see here is that working with customers as creators really gives us some influence within the peer-to-peer recommendation space. And we know that is a really valuable input in the purchase decision for our target audiences. Much like the automotive industry, heavy equipment is a significant investment, especially for people coming into the industry for the first time, opening up a new landscaping business, or becoming a construction contractor for the first time. It's a big deal to buy a piece of equipment. Many of them start with a shovel and build their way up to a point where they can buy their first skid steer or their first excavator. So they're out there actively looking for opinions and experiences from peers, and we know that this is an important place to be. The second point is about building credibility. So whether your brand's been around for 1 year or 100 years, this is always going to be an important piece of your marketing strategy. And Caterpillar's, built on the legacy of quality and being a trustworthy brand, but we also know that our customers need signals of trust and respect, not only from the manufacturer itself, but from other businesses and thought leaders within the industry. Third, awareness. We all know you can never get enough of it. We know that we have future customers out there who just don't know us yet, right? So that may mean they don't know that we offer compact equipment because they've only ever seen the big stuff that's out there. They may not know that we have thousands of attachments that can change the versatility of the one piece of equipment that they own. And they may not be aware of the new equipment technologies, both onboard and offboard, that can really increase the productivity and efficiency of the way they do work. So teaming up with respected industry voices helps us to extend our reach far beyond what we can get through our own channels. And then lastly, of course, we're looking for a sales impact as well. You can see the statistic here that 56% of consumers say that they have purchased something after seeing an influencer use it. So we do know that this is happening in the heavy equipment space, believe it or not. We do have the DMs to prove that. And we're really working to get more intentional about how we can demonstrate and track return on investment for these types of programs. So ultimately, we work with influencers to help our customers understand how CAT products and services can help transform the way they work. So what you see here is a glance at how our influencer strategy ties into our overall customer journey and the marketing strategy at CAT Construction. Our marketing strategy is really carefully crafted to move customers from the top of the funnel down to the bottom. And that is to aid our dealer network. We have a dealer network similar to the way that the automotive industry works. The manufacturer, Caterpillar, sells equipment to our dealers sell equipment to the end customers. So we're looking to aid those dealers in lead sales and loyalty. And as we've built out our influencer programs, and our strategy, we've been really intentional in building activation opportunities that meet specific objectives within each customer journey step. And we use this visual internally to really hold everyone accountable when we're pursuing influencer opportunities so that we know that we're pursuing them for the right reasons and not some kind of like emotional connection or getting excited about something that doesn't fit the strategy. And then we also look at this to make sure that we're meeting specific objectives. We all know that relationships are crucial when working with influencers. At CAT Construction, we approach our influencer strategy with both short-term and long-term goals in mind. I'm going to start at the long-term and work my way over here. We use long-term relationships for lower funnel conversions. So think things like thought leadership, discount programs, and aftermarket messaging. Our short-term and celebrity relationships have more mid to top funnel implications for us. Those show up as things like custom events, sweepstakes, and product reviews. And then on the far end, you'll see one-off partnerships, and those really sit at the top of the funnel and are aimed at really growing our bench of, producing more collab type content and just authentic content that aids our awareness and helps us reach brand new audiences that, again, we wouldn't get otherwise. And with that content, we're looking more for like shares and engagement. And regardless of where an influencer fits within one of these programs or along this continuum, we have a really robust vetting process in place to help ensure that not only Caterpillar leaders, but also our sales teams and our dealer networks are very comfortable moving forward before we even approach a customer to work with us as a creator. All right, so the first program that I want to talk to you about is in the long-term space, and we call this our CAT Ambassador Program. These are our brand representatives who both own and operate CAT equipment. We consider them to be our most loyal brand fans, and these are the people we look to build long-term relationships with. This program is a 12-month contract that is renewable. The three that we currently work with that you see here on the screen have been a part of the program for several years now. It has monthly content obligations within the contract, and we really ask them to be both thoughtful and experimental in the way, in what they share and how they bring their followers along on their journey with the cat brand. We have found our sweet space with this type of influencer to be in kind of that micro and mid-tier space. So when we're looking at considering new people for this program, our baseline is we want the minimum followers to be 20,000. We don't go below that for this program. And we also want them to be a recognized industry expert among their peers. We also work very closely with each of these ambassadors' local dealers to ensure that they have a continued high quality service and relationships on the ground. Because these long-term relationships don't only benefit the cat ambassador's personal dealer locally, it benefits our dealer network all across the states because we do have a discount code associated with this program. So followers, we all know that people follow influencers from all over the world, and we have a discount program within the United States for these followers that if somebody Tom in New Hampshire posts something and he has a follower in Montana, that person can go to their local dealer and get the same deal that somebody locally in New Hampshire can get. So the three that we're working with are truly rock stars. I'll give you a quick synopsis of those. First, we have Jared McNeil, who's a professional motocross athlete. He lives in California. He uses cat equipment to sculpt and build practice tracks and jumps on his personal property. Next, we have Tom Gardaki, who's known as the Dirt Ninja on social media. He owns a company called New Era Excavation in New Hampshire, and he's known for saying that anyone can run equipment, but very few can actually operate. His followers really look to him for tips and tricks on operating equipment, but also on technology, both onboard and offboard, because he's very passionate about equipment technology. And then lastly, we have a company called Big Sky Land Management, which is out of Montana, as you may have guessed. It's a husband and wife duo, Justin and Danielle. They have over 30 machines, cat equipment, not all cat equipment, but they have over 30 machines, including cat equipment. They do projects ranging from very small projects all the way to very large projects. And they're really interesting because they work in a really, really difficult terrain and weather conditions in that part of the country. So I've got some examples here. On the left, you're going to see Tom talking, they're just screenshots, but this is Tom talking about our Cat Command technology, which Cat Command technology allows remote operation of equipment, and that's meant specifically for hazardous job sites to keep operators safe and out of harm's way. Again, Tom's really passionate about new equipment technology, so this was a really great fit to take him out to one of our facilities and give him access to run this equipment. It's not something that he would use within his company, but it's something that people trust him to review honestly and authentically. And then on the right, this is a post from Jared talking about his experience renting a small dozer from his local dealer in order to build, completely redesign the tracks in his backyard. He needed some additional equipment other than the two that he owns. And he talks about how responsive his dealer was to doing a quick turnaround request for a rented piece of equipment, how easy it was to rent just one machine for one small job that only took a couple days, versus normally our larger customers are renting machines for months at a time. They're bigger machines, it's a higher quantity, etc. So both of these examples I put up here because they're great examples of how influencer product reviews can demonstrate value and even address advantages that help move our customers into a consideration phase and make them feel more comfortable reaching out to a dealer. The next program I want to talk about is the Cat Creators, which is our short-term engagements. And this is the program that's really aimed at expanding our bench. These individuals have influence on social media, but are also known in the construction space. They're people with an existing love for cat equipment and the brand, but they also sometimes bring a unique twist to their content with either their expertise, their fleet, or their general interests. The goal with this program is to get these people together at influencer events where multiple creators can interact and Caterpillar can get to know them better, because ultimately our goal with this program is to build a pipeline for future ambassadors. So examples of content that come out of this program, we look for broad reach here. We look for authentic but strategic content, that ways they can share their experiences in a little bit more creative ways. The 4 creators that we've worked with last year for this program include a company called Red Hot Construction, which is a Arizona-based father-son duo. They've been customers for decades now and own a wide variety of equipment and technology. Cynthia, who you see here, is a monster truck driver for Monster Jam. She's out of upstate New York. Her and her fiance own a motorsports facility. They own CAT equipment to help maintain that for events that they hold, but she's also the only female on the Monster Jam dirt crew. So she operates CAT equipment when they are bringing the dirt in and moving the dirt out before and after the Monster Jam events. And then we also have, McGill Trail Fabrication. That's 2 best friends who decided to build a business together. They're very into mountain biking, and they wanted to make biking more fun and accessible in their home state of California, so now that's what they do for a living. On the left here, you see a Red Hawk video, and he's showing how he teaches his new operators how to use the TRS attachment system, which allows an operator to rotate a bucket or a tool 360 degrees, and that means that you don't have to track and reposition your machine every time you need to dig in a new place. So he did a kind of a how-to video for us there. Cynthia's video on the right is a recap of our 2023 Dirt Days event, which I'll talk about here in a minute. This is highlighting all of the equipment that she got to operate, as well as the fact that the team that she got put on won the equipment relay race that we held. And these 2 are really great examples of how we engage with influencers to make connections and leave impressions and educate and empower future customers that are more at the top of that funnel. So now I'm going to play a quick little video that shows some of the real life examples of how our influencers bring CAT construction to life in content and some of the results that we saw last year. So within the construction industry, we have seen demonstrated benefits to influencer events, both for the influencers themselves, but also for the manufacturers or the sponsors of those events. So now I want to take a little bit of time to talk about 2 specific events that we held last year and how we measured the success of those. So the first one I want to touch on is what we call Dirt Days. At its core, this is a celebration of operators from throughout the country when we bring them together, and we host this event annually to get top industry voices together for multiple days of operating equipment. And some of this equipment is stuff that the attendees have never seen before, because they're all very, kind of have a niche segment that they work in, or they need certain pieces of equipment for where in the country they are, and we get them together and they can see the whole breadth of our product line and get to operate things that they don't typically use on a day-to-day basis. The goal is for the influencers to leave this event having made new connections in the industry with their peers, have plenty of content opportunities for them to post for their channels, and then oftentimes a desire to kind of get more information about a product or a technology that they may have never considered before. So in 2023, we brought our 3 CAT ambassadors as well as 3 CAT creators to attend our Dirt Days event, which we held at our facility in Tucson, Arizona. This included that Dirt Days Derby that I alluded to earlier, which was essentially an equipment relay race. We put them into teams. They had to complete different tasks to move a bowling ball along a space within our facility. We hosted both structured and unstructured kind of playtime in the dirt so that they had stick time and equipment and with technology. We did a desert night Jeep tour with them. We had a private tour of the Pima Air and Space Museum. And then we also did a dedicated CAT Command remote operating experience. And of course, we did custom merch bags, welcome bags for them that were really tailored to the desert location of this event. All right, so the purpose, again, was to get them in the field, using our machines, meeting our people, and seeing the true capability and impact of our products. So what's on this slide here is really a list of what we found to be successful components of hosting customers who are creators at events over the past few years. And I think it really comes out, the excitement and the experience of being there comes out in the content that they produce and the way that they build relationships. And I do have a few examples of some of the content that came out of that event. This is that relay race that I was talking about. They're very competitive. I think it's a bowling ball, but it's a tiger. I'm sorry.
How did you be a star if you don't shine and you're afraid of the dark? Say you want to be a big fish, but you can't swim with the sharks.
All right, so our Dirt Days group did a really good job of bringing their followers along for the journey with their experience with cat construction in the desert, driving awareness and conversation about caterpillars. We had nearly 700,000 followers that were exposed to 109 pieces of content, both in feed and in stories, reaching audiences across multiple platforms. And what was even better than seeing how much was seeing how much the audiences engaged with the content. For reference here, our typical industry benchmark is 2%, so whenever we get higher than 2%, we're pretty thrilled. And we did use this to build a case for hosting influencers alongside a product launch that we did last fall, which is what I will talk about next. Traditionally for us, for product launches, the way we do that is we host a press event before we have any kind of public information released. And this gives our trade press, our relationships with the trade press, they come in, they get an opportunity to kind of learn and hear and see and publish their own information before we kind of do a public launch with our customers. However, leveraging the success that we saw off of some influencer events in the past couple of years, we put together a proposal to actually have our customers be front and center for the launch of our next generation of compact track loaders. And actually, they were much more than front and center. What we did was really gave them the access and the permission to actually launch the product for us, which is something we've never done before. So you may be wondering why this product launch was such a big deal. Our compact track loader and skid steer family of products is one of our highest volume selling products at Caterpillar. And it's oftentimes the first machine that somebody who's entering the industry is going to buy. It's either this or a mini excavator. The smallest machines, lowest price point machines. This next generation line was also completely redesigned from the ground up. It includes a lot of new technology, a lot of new features, a lot of feedback that we took from customers over years, testing, validation, etc. So there's a lot that we know we need to educate our industry on and our current customers as well as new customers on. So these are the goals that we set out in our business case for allowing real customers with social media influence to launch the first two models of this line for us. And we knew that in order to achieve this, we needed a very strategic approach. So first, we obviously wanted to maintain really great relationships with our press. We didn't want to make anybody upset there. We kept a whole day separate for them, but let them know, hey, we've got influencers coming in tomorrow. We know you're used to more of like a week lead time, but they're coming in tomorrow and they're coming in hot and they're allowed to post whenever they want. So this is your warning type of deal. Our press also generally get a really good amount of classroom time and more of an instructional type of demo. But what we know about our customers, and specifically the customers who are creators, is that they really value being in the dirt and being in the machines. So we knew we had to build in ample time for them to have that experience, or otherwise it was going to fall flat. So in doing that, the third thing that we did was we coordinated a completely different demo for for our influencers than what we did for the press the day before. And we called on our cat ambassador, Jared McNeil, good old motocross athlete, to come in, and he actually owns an older series compact track loader, so he's familiar with this machine. He uses it to build tracks. So what we did was we had him come in, work in the dirt alongside our own demonstrators, build a track, and then get out and get on his bike and ride it. And that was really a wow factor that got a lot of people talking. And then lastly, we knew we needed our product experts and our engineers to be available to have candid conversations with these customers who were coming in. This is an opportunity that most people don't get, to talk to the people who design and build the equipment. And that was an important chance for them to give real-time feedback. And I've got a little video that kind of shows what we did.
This year, this my show. This my show, but I came close. The drums start beating and the lights turn on. That's right, baby, I'm home. You know, do it like this. Make it come back so fierce. Whole world wanna tune in. Watch out, 'cause I'ma go big.
You can kind of see the baby machines next to the big machines. All right. So here's an overview of how we built this out. We had 9 unique accounts, but 13 people, because we allowed everyone to bring a +1 if they wanted. They attended and participated in our product launch day, first day that we had for influencers. During this experience, we included 2 hours of hands-on operation, after which we had a cocktail hour in the dirt. And then they also had a lunch and dinner opportunity to sit with our product experts and engineers to talk to them. This event resulted in more than 1.65 million impressions. I know our numbers are smaller than Buick's, but this is a big deal for us. This is actually the most impressions we've ever seen from a single influencer event, so super exciting. And we did also see an uptick in sales inquiries of these new machines, and they're not even available to customers to order yet, so that was exciting. Here's our results slide for this here. The thing that I want to call out is the screenshot at the bottom there. This is an example of dealer feedback that we received after the event that really demonstrates the bottom of the funnel benefits there. So we had a dealer send us an email. Okay, this is a first for me. This customer doesn't know the price yet, hasn't seen a machine other than via social media, and they've already signed a PO for a 265. Whatever it is that we're doing, it's working, keep it up. So we've framed it, it's on the desk. Whenever we're like, why do you need this money? I'm like, here's why. So this is the kind of valuable feedback that is great to get, especially if you have a sales model like we do, because it's sometimes hard to connect the dots there. So to wrap up, I just want to share with you the biggest takeaways we had from those activations that we held. First of all, I'll say that I know that we're lucky. We don't have to educate our customers on the value of our products. They're, in most cases, the influencers we work with are already customers, but they're also experts in heavy equipment and experts in earth moving. So they know the value of what we're coming out with. They very much value the experience and the time that they get in the dirt more than anything else. We do pay them. We do pay for travel and entertainment. We send them merch and swag and stuff like this. But every time we hold an event, this is all we wanted. This is all we wanted, was to get in the dirt and play with machines. It's like, it's their dream. We have several demo facilities in the U.S. and we have more worldwide. They refer to them as giant sandboxes. adults Disney trips. Even a few of them are like, this is a lifetime bucket list experience for me. So we don't take that lightly. We know that these are special, unique, invitation-only opportunities that give them one-on-one time with experts, but also networking with their peers, and social media clout, because it's not something that everybody gets to experience. The number 2 here is we've learned that planning group activities outside of just hosting at our facilities is important because it gives our influencers opportunities to network with each other, but it's also a way for us as program managers to continue to vet them, to continue to build relationships, and foster, long-term relationships and see who's best for what program. Third, we know that influencer marketing does sell equipment, and what I will tell you is that the last ambassador program that we ran, we ended up with over 500% return on investment, which is incredible. And that's the reason that we continue to be able to keep doing stuff like this. And it's why we've built out the continuum, because we know we need the awareness stuff, but we have to be able to show we're selling machines or we're not going to get the money to do it. Fourth, the type of influencers and creatives we work with, really enjoy it again when we carve out space in the day for them to just play, but more importantly, we don't need any salespeople there. And they like the authenticity of being able to talk to the product experts and the people that they don't get exposure to at the local level. They can go home and talk to their salesperson, but we don't invite the salespeople to be there. That has been really important for us. And lastly, we provide all of our influencers with event or program-specific field guides that include things like what their content requirements are per their contract, what FTC documentation they need to know about, brand guidelines. Safety is the number 1 priority at Caterpillar, so safety information is always included in our field guides, and it includes much more dependent on what we're doing. I'll go back to the fact that our influencers are customers first and creators second, so having this documentation ready for them and well communicated is very important for the success of these programs. So with that, I just want to say the influencer space is a real passion for mine. Would love to connect with anyone. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, or my email's up there as well, and I'm happy to take questions.
So much, Caitlin. That was so thorough, and we get so many questions about how to do influencer marketing in the B2B space, so that was super helpful. We are running a little tight on time, so what I'm going to say is for the people who have questions, please save them for the lunch. Caitlin, I think you're staying for the lunch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so save the questions for lunch, and we're going to roll into the presentation of the Driving Influence Award. Thank you so much, Caitlin. There's another event starting at 1:30, and we're going to be kicked out, so we need to stay on time.
So we are.
Okay, wonderful. So as I shared, the ANA has had a long-standing and wonderful partnership with the Chicago Auto Show, and this is now the 5th year that we've been doing the Driving Influence Award. It recognizes an outstanding auto manufacturer that's harnessing the power of influencer marketing to creatively engage with consumers. And this year's award highlights campaigns reaching women, BIPOC,
So
and
we urge you to come on down
audiences. And
to
we
the
had some
Chicago
really
Auto
great
Show.
submissions this year, and I'm
What we'll share
proud
with
to
you
share the winner for
some
2024
are-
is. Oh, sorry, cast winners. So we've had
We'll share
amazing
with
cast
you
winners over the years.
some
I
of
think
the
for the
new
previous
auto
years. We had a
presentations. But what we've just seen here, all about marketing the cat brand, Caterpillar Auto brand, using social media influencers. So if you are somebody that is striving to be an influencer on social media, this is now a major influence in the auto industry. And you can use your skills as an influencer on social media to get a contract with the Caterpillar brand and others here at the auto show. If you're a customer, put together a video and see if you can be a part of the marketing team. We're live here at the Chicago Auto Show. I'm Naima Latif with the Media Connection TV for On Air Daily News. And we're going to come on back a little later on this afternoon and give you a little more views of what you can expect to see here at the McCormick Place. And of course, and if you are serious about shopping, we're here at the Honda location. Consider a great new truck. This is, as you can see, Honda brand 2024 Pilot and Trail Sport. And you can see that this is an automobile. If you've got a family or just a bunch of folks that you want to ride around, we can always find people who need a ride. But Honda is known as a sturdy brand. I've got a Honda. Maybe I'll be a social influencer and get in my car and do a promotional commercial. But most certainly, the issues here, safety features, as we've heard, and we've also heard how important it is for these new car brands to be comfortable. So there's comfort, there's safety. Here's the Acura. And here on the Acura lot, you see some sleek cars, shiny, new, safe, secure, equipped with features that reflect the needs of today, reflect the needs of those who are doing a lot in their cars. Everything from being able to plug in their computers while driving long distances to making sure the children in the back seat are buckled in safe. But all of these cars are taking into account the influence of high technology and the influence of social media. People make more decisions based on social media today than ever before. And when you see someone on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, pushing a brand, you're more likely to consider buying it. So if you're a content creator, consider what you can do as a social media influencer and visualize yourself in one of these cars. And you've got one of these cars. Think about making your own little commercial and putting it on your social media page and see what happens. You may find yourself with a contract. It's quite possible. Imagine the possibilities. I'm Naima Latif, and you're watching the Media Connection TV on Air Daily News. And we will continue with more on the Chicago Auto Show. Join us tomorrow as we interview a few of the presenters here and talk more about how the latest technology is being integrated into today's cars to ensure safety, security, and communication, which is so important in today's world. I'm Naima Latif. Until next time, visualize yourself in your new car.
Hi, this is John Alexander.
And I'm Naima Latif. Meet people like you who are making a positive difference in the world.
Big difference.
Watch us every day on The Media Connection at www.youtube.com/The Media Connection TV.
YouTube it. We'll see you soon.